Hello, my friends. Welcome to another Winning 10 with Glenn. In today's installment, we're going to talk about winning. Actually, over the next few installments, I'm going to talk to you about terms that we're going to use as we examine companies, life, and those types of things. But today is all about winning. What does it mean to win? Since we're talking about winning in 10 with Glenn. So, what does it mean to win? Well, winning in life and business is more about finishing. Too many people don't finish. Um, you have to finish. It's a race. Think about life and things that you engage yourself with just to finish. You don't have to be the first. And I don't even care necessarily about the style in which you win as long as you finish. And also, winning in life is using what you have. That's the second thing. Using what you have. That's what it means to, not what you don't have, what it means to win in life. Too many people focus on what they don't have versus what you do have. And then doing the best with what you have. Winning in life is taking what you have, be it little, be it much, finishing with what you have and doing the best with what you have. I remember many years ago, I was thinking about outcomes, and that's another thing about winning. The second significant thing about winning, when we talk about winning, when I talk about winning, winning in life is not really focusing on the outcomes. So I know that oftentimes we say, I got to be number one, I have to be on top. But no, you don't need to be number one. What you're more interested in doing is finishing, not focusing on the outcomes, but specifically focusing on the things that you have and what you're doing with what you have. What that means is less about achievements. And I know achievements are very important. And oftentimes we want to talk about, well, I achieved this, I did that. And we really oftentimes equate that to winning. But achievements is not necessarily what it means to win, nor, watch it, spoiler alert, is it not what you have amassed. You've heard the term where people used to say, he who dies with the most toys win. But no, he who dies with the most toys just died with the most toys. Is not what you die with, but what you have done with the things that you had before you died. It's certainly not the things that you have amassed. And too frequently, we're focusing on either achievements, I got a degree, I did this, I did that, or I have all of these things, and we equate that, we chase those things, and too frequently we equate those things to winning, and that is not necessarily, and it's entirely, when I talk about winning, that for us, that for you, that for me, is not winning. Amassing things, achieving, putting, I did this, I did that. Yes, I may have done this. Yes, I may have done that. But what have you really done? What have you, and that's where I want to take the number 3 point about winning, is really, what have I done? If you haven't figured it out already, winning is really toward accomplishments, but not accomplishments for self. So you think about that. What good would it be if you had a doctorate, if you had your PhD, if you had all of these things that you've done for self, but it was just for you? So you did this, you've accomplished this, you graduated, you amassed, you had these things, but it was for self. You can have all of these things, you can accomplish things, you can have cars, you can have boats, you can have degrees, but what have you actually done? What have you impact? What really have you done in life other than for self? And so winning, when I talk about winning, and when we talk about winning in the context of business and in life, winning and finishing and doing with the best with what you have really is going to focus on the impact toward others. That will be where you can truly say that you have won. Elsewhere, we're going to talk about success, but we talk about, and people have used the terms from success to significance. So winning is really when you are moving, doing the best with what you have, doing something with what you have, not what you don't have, not the things that you have amassed, and if you've accomplished something, that accomplishment has to have impact toward others. And then you will see here shortly that truly you will have won and that you're winning. Winning, number 4 point, winning is when is watch this, is almost a tongue twister. You win when you don't lose. Now you say, well, is that obvious? No, it's not obvious, because you can be a loser even if you have things. You can be a loser if you've accomplished things. You can be a loser if you are very, very well to do. You've heard the term, and you've seen or at least heard people, and you may have heard that person's a loser, and that person could be very well off. They could be affluent, they could be rich, but yet the term would apply that that person is a loser. And so the opposite of winning is not necessarily losing. So things could be going well, things would be great for you, and you could still be a loser. So when I talk about winning or losing, the opposite of winning in the context of a loser would be the person who simply does not try. The individual doesn't try, and if you don't try, then in that context, I would propose and I would suggest that then I will have lost. You can't get a hit unless you get up and go to bat. And I've used the term or the analogy many, many times in baseball, and although I've never played baseball, I do watch it from time to time. But do you realize that a great hitter on a baseball team is averaging about 300 and beyond stratospheric? The top of the cream de la cream hitter is about a 400. Nobody does 500 and maintains it. But what that does mean is that oftentimes, if you're a 300 hitter, batting average, that means 700 or 3 out of 10 or 7 out of 10 times you're missing. But you're not going to do either one if you don't get up and try. And so in the context of losing, winning and losing, the loser is the person who simply doesn't try. The loser is the person who does not use the things in which they have. They're always chasing and talking about what they don't have, and I wish if I could do this. But the winner is the person, and when I talk about winning, that's the person who takes the things that they have, they use what they, be it if it's little, they use the little they have. There's a person by the name of Johnny Erickson Tata. She had an accident when she was young and became a quadriplegic, would only have movement from the neck up. And that lady, who is still alive at this recording, has done more than most people who have all of their faculties, because she used what she has, she used what she has right now, and she's winning because she's making impact toward others, and is not because of the things that she has amassed, or even you could say, oh, she's accomplished so much, but she would tell you that her greatest accomplishments is because she's actually focusing on others and not on self. And when you look at life, and when you look at her life, and you look at the things that pertain to what truly is winning, you can say that person is winning. And then lastly, about winning, focus on winning the war and not the battle, or focus on the big picture and not the little picture. I'm going to get into these things in greater detail next time that we're together, Winning 10 with Glenn. But I want you to go forward in this day and think about what you can do to truly be a winner, and truly, regardless of what the circumstances are, truly find yourself winning in life. And remember, it's finishing, is using what you have, not what you don't have, and is always trying, never failing to give up. You always try. That's winning. And Winning in 10 with Glenn, you're going to take these concepts and that principle, and you will be a winner in life no matter what happens, using what you have, focusing on the war and not the battle, the big picture and not the little. Until next time, remember, you can make a difference. All you need to do is look in the mirror and make that change. Win in 10 with Glenn. I'll see you next time.